Good morning, viewers. Welcome back to Allforce E-Learning. I am Anil Kumar Chittimalla before you, teacher of English for the 6th grade. So these online classes are meant for the 6th class students, right? Dear students, if you all remember, up to the last session, that is session 6, we could successfully finish up to unit 2. And as it's a customary practice, I have been making it very clear to all the students one thing, that in the session 1 onwards, if we look at unit 1, it has its own theme, my dear students. Unit 1, the theme is peace and harmony. Got it? So it was all about the peace. It was all about living together. And unit 2, the theme, if you look at Telangana. So the pride of Telangana we have discussed, Hyderabad we discussed, Bhamara Potana the poet we discussed. Now in this session, that is session 7, we are going to discuss here, right, unit 3. And what can be the theme of unit 3? In a couple of minutes you all can understand, and I am going to brief you, right? So please stay focused here. On screen you can see the image, the fact sheet or the face sheet you call. What can $1.11 do? So the title itself, if you look at what can $1.11 do? So it's an interrogative question, a question in the form of question. Now by looking at only the title of this particular chapter, we might get n number of answers. N number of answers in the sense, $1 with a single dollar, can we do a miraculous thing or things? So just think, my dear students, with $1, what kind of things can be done on this planet? What kind of things can be purchased, right, on this planet, right, in this world, in this universe, what you call? Now, what might have been done according to the story, we shall see here. So, my dear student, you can see here the picture. It's a medical store here. Okay, so medical store, and if you look at some of the questions are there here. Before discussing these questions, let me make it very clear. At our homes, right, we have very good relationship with our brothers and sisters, and as a family we live together, we share lot many emotions, right, feelings, problems, troubles, whatnot, everything we share. And sometimes we also have, right, minute quarrels with each other. That's a common phenomena. It happens at every home. But at the same time, my dear students, please remember, if any one of our family, right, is in trouble, maybe health-wise you call, or any other problem, don't you think that there would be the response from all the remaining family members? Yes, of course, it happens. All the others react to the peaks, right? It is the family who will be in the rescue for the first time. I mean, for the first in the sense, right, compared to all the other people, it would be the family. So the highest priority we can give to the family. The same thing, the same discussion you can find here. One girl, a little girl, around 8 to 10 years old, this lady, this girl, baby, she responds. How does she respond? And what made her to respond, and what exactly is the problem in the story will be discussed now. Okay, so before discussing the story, just let us understand, or let us try to answer the questions here. What can you say about the shop? I repeat, what can you say about the shop? By looking at this shop, we shall look at the questions here. Now the very first question is, what can you say about the shop? What can you say about the shop? These students, right, you can spare a second or 2 seconds, think once. So it's a medical shop, it's a pharmacy, okay. When does one go to such shops, right? When does one go to such shop? It's a very clear fact for all the students. We all know very well, when there is a problem, when there is a disorder, right, when there is a health disorder, based on the doctor's suggestion, we go to such medical shops. Okay. Third one, you see, why do you think the girl has come to the shop, right? Generally, so specifically they gave this question because the children of that age, 8 to 10 years, visiting a medical shop, or going to medical shop is very rarely found. Yes, because probably the children might go to any other grocery shop for the sake of any candies or cookies. That is different. But all the way going to a pharmacy, So don't you think that it's a weird or something strange? Yes. Right? You see here, what do you think the girl is saying to the shopkeeper? You can observe here, the girl is counting something. So she's dumping some coins or nuts, we don't know what it is. And she's trying to talk to the shopkeeper. Probably she might be asking for some or the other medicine because she is in the medical shop now. Okay? Now, does she look happy? What makes you think so? So, nowhere it is found that she is happy. Is it found? And I don't think that, we can't assume that because the girl slightly she wears a kind of serious look. Serious look or some kind of stress she is undergoing, probably. So we can't say that she is happy. Whether she is sad or dull, that is secondary, but we can't say that she is happy there because no symptom or no indicators we have there. Then look at this one, who might be ill? Who might be ill? As we were discussing in the start of our discussion, right? Generally, it is the family members, right? We generally react first for our family, the blood relationships we have. Okay, probably her family members might be ill. Let us check who might be ill. Okay, so before going into the depth of this chapter, let me introduce you the characters who are there in this chapter. Okay, my dear students, please stay focused. Here you have, right, this is the very first slide before you. So regularly we have been seeing from all the sessions, right, this is 6th class English unit 3 we are discussing. Reading, what can $1.11 do? Now this is our discussion, characters. So these persons you can see on the screen are the main characters. Tess, central character. So Tess is playing the role of daughter. Probably just before the image that we have seen, that girl might have been Tess only. See, let's see. Andrew, brother. Third, parents, of course, mom and dad. And chemist, the one chemist in the sense like druggist or pharmacist, the one who owns a medical shop here. Then Dr. Carlton Armstrong, he's a neurosurgeon. So by looking at chemist and doctor, we can assume that there might be some health disorder in the family of Tess. So what might have happened? And let us see some more information here. Vocabulary you have, my dear. So these are some of the words that you have before you. Just pay attention for half a minute, please. Just pay attention for half a minute. You look at this. The first word, barely. Almost not, hardly. So barely in the sense, for example, it's barely raining. No, it's not raining. Miracle, like it's like wonder, mystery. So something beyond happens. Beyond our imagination happens, we generally call it as miracle. Cent, you know, this word cent, it's a monetary unit equal to 1/100 of a dollar. So this word cent, so dollar like 100 rupees you take, 1 rupee you take. In that way you can just make the comparison. So in a couple of countries they make use of this word cent as, right, a monetary unit. Like we have rupee here. Effort, the ability to pay, right? Can I afford for buying an helicopter here, right? So a helicopter is very difficult for me, so I can't afford for that. So afford in the sense ability to pay. Volume to steadily flow up or move up. Whisper, murmur and mumble. The word whisper was used in the earlier chapters also, if you remember. Okay, right? So let's go back. We also have one more word, neurosurgeon, the one who who performs operations, right, related to the brain injuries or so, neurosurgeon. So I'm coming back now, my dear students, here to our chapter here. The chapter is before you. Just let us see now. This is the family situation. Probably just by looking at this picture, you can imagine that. So the person might be father. So this lady might be mom, mother. So the one who is looking there, you have just seen that in the pharmacy, the same baby. Then the one who is sleeping might be her brother. Yes, it is. It is. Andrew is her brother. So he was ill, he was suffering from some health disorder. Now they have to cure. For the sake of curing, they require sufficient amount. So whether they do have or not, then how could this baby go with sufficient amount to the medical shop? So these are all questions. Right? Before answering these, right, you can look at the screen and I'm going to read once the chapter for you, because listening skills are equally important, my dear students. So I hold a hard copy with me, you have the digital copy before you. So I read, you also please concentrate. Right? An 8-year-old child, Tess, heard her parents talking about her little brother, Andrew. All she knew was that Andrew was very sick and her parents didn't have enough money for the treatment. They were moving into a smaller house because they could not afford to stay in the present house after paying the doctor's bills. He needed a costly surgery now and there was no one to loan the money. So her parents lost their hope and gave up their efforts. Right? So my dear students, if you look at this first paragraph before you, you can understand. Right? This is all about little brother Andrew. Now what happened to Andrew? So here talking about little brother, all she knows that Andrew was very sick. What is the health disorder? What is the problem with the health is not mentioned, but he was not well. And as you know that if a person is not well with the health, so he needs sufficient amount. So to visit the hospital and for the treatment. Now do they have sufficient money, my dear? No, it's not there. Right? You can see they were moving into smaller house because they could not afford to. After a couple of treatments, so a couple of visits to the doctor, the parents could not have the sufficient amount, sufficient financial. So their financial status was deteriorating or declining day by day. Then what happened? Imagine that they were living in the royal house earlier. Now all the way they shifted to the normal house so that they can at least cut down or reduce their expenses. Okay? Then what happened? Ultimately he was in a situation, this boy Andrew, where he requires a lot of costly surgery. So at last, parents also maximum to the peaks, beyond their level, beyond their capacity, they will try to save the children. But at last, if it is beyond their capacity, what can they do? You just see here. Well, as we know that parents maximum to their effort, they would try to save their children, but in the worst case, they have to lose the hope and they leave it to the Almighty, as you all know. Okay, here the same thing. So her parents lost their hope and gave up their efforts. In the sense, even they stopped even attempting to save him also. Right? Does it really happen? Maybe, might be. We can't say no. Okay. Next, you have the second paragraph. These lines I'm going to read for you. Please stay focused here. When Tess heard her daddy say to her tearful mother, "Only a miracle can save him now," she went to her room and pulled a jar of coins from a cupboard. She poured all the money out on the floor and counted it carefully. Who is that counted? The baby. The baby, sister of Andrew. Holding the jar tightly, she made her way to the medical store and placed it on the glass table. Then, so you can just understand up to here, up to glass table. You all know that pocket money or kitty bank you call. Your parents keep giving you now and then here and there some coins, some cents or so. You keep immediately collecting. Now this baby was overhearing in the sense. So she was hearing. You see, this is called as overhearing. So hearing from behind is called so. Now this small girl has taken a decision that she thought that when the parents were discussing only a miracle can save, then the baby was thinking probably miracle is something that can save her brother. Then she doesn't know what is the meaning of miracle. Right? Now she wanted to buy miracle. Are you getting my intention, my dear? She wanted to buy miracle. What is miracle? We were discussing in vocabulary part just before. It's something wonder, it's something beyond our imagination what takes place. Now, to buy that, and poor girl did not understand that miracle is not a thing that is to be purchased in the market, but she thought that she can, and she want to do some kind of favor, right, without informing her parents. So could she be successful and all efficiency? So she has taken a jar of coins and she has dumped all the coins here. See, holding the jar tightly, she made her way to the medical store and placed it on the glass table, because on the face sheet you have seen the same. Next, what do you want as the chemist? What do you want? Because by looking at the child immediately, right, any kind of medical shop owner immediately they ask, what do you want, baby? It's for my little brother. Just answer. In a sense, it's not for me, but for my little brother. He's really sick, really sick, and I want to buy a miracle. Oh, we don't sell miracles here, child. I'm sorry, the chemist said, smiling sadly at the little girl. Listen, I have the money to pay for it. If it isn't enough, I can try and get some more. Just tell me how much it costs. When the medical shop owner or the chemist made it very clear that he is not going to sell miracles in his shop, then the girl did not trust him. The girl was just trying to convince him by saying that, right, what is that she was trying to convince? She was convincing that she had sufficient money and she wanted to pay for that and she's ready to purchase that even. Then immediately medical shop owner or the chemist was surprised, perplexed, shocked. What is this? She is asking for a miracle. And she said very clearly that they are not going to sell miracles. And my dear students, can you buy the miracles anywhere in the market? In any medical shop? In any grocery stores? Never. So, but it says she's a poor girl. Poor girl in the sense, not financially what I meant to say. So, here she's a small child. She is not that much matured enough to understand that miracle is not purchased and she can't get the miracle in the market. That maturity of thinking she doesn't possess. Okay, my dear, then what happened? Was there any U-turn? Let's see. See the next page of the digital copy on the screen. Let me read it for you. At the shop, there was a well-dressed customer. Yo, is it there? Right, probably the customer, yes. If you remember the very first face sheet, there was a person along with that small girl, if you remember. At the shop, there was a well-dressed customer. He bent down and asked the little girl, what kind of miracle does your brother need? I don't know. She replied with her eyes welling up. So what is welling up? Just flowing up, just moving up. That is called welling. He's really sick and mommy says he needs an operation. But my daddy can't pay for it. So I have brought my savings. How much do you have as the man? $1.11. But I can try and get some more. She answered barely audibly. See the conversation here. The conversation is between the person who was standing in front of the medical shop and between that girl. Then what was the conversation going on? So here if you look at, the man was asking, right, what exactly you want in the sense miracle. So what is the miracle in the sense? She was explaining that her brother Andrew is not well, and she also explained clearly total her family position. You can just understand the innocence of the baby. So none of the children, they generally try to expose the total family scenario, but she's innocent, very innocent. So she was sharing everything that her family is in troubles and her father can't pay the hospital fee, medical fee. That is the reason she was coming to rescue her parents, right? And she was coming to contribute from her side. She brought all her savings, pocket money for the sake of the treatment of her brother. Then he was asking, right, how much do you have? Then $1.11. See, in the starting of this session, I made it very clear. With $1, what can you purchase? It was a big question, as you all know. Now, she wants to save her brother's life with $1. Oh my God, see the innocence of the small girl. right? But I can try and get some more. See the confidence also. In fact, she has only $1.11. She also says positively and with a lot of confidence that she can even try more if needed. Then, wonderful, wonderful, smiled the man. Look at the screen. Wonderful, smiled the man. $1.11, the exact price of a miracle for your little brother. He took her money in one hand and held her hand with the other. He said, "Take me to your home. I want to see your brother and meet your parents. Let's see if I have the kind of miracle he needs." See, I believe, or let us all believe that some person has come to help her by looking at her innocence. Then that man said that, "My dear baby, whatever the amount that you have, $1.11, it is the exact price that is required for the operation. You know one thing? Yes, that is sufficient, baby. You give me that amount." So that man has taken the total $1.11, and with other hand, he was holding her hand, and he was asking that small baby to take him to her home. Now, both of them were towards her home. Then, see, he was making it very clear, "Take me to your home. I want to see your brother and meet your parents, right? Let's see if I have the kind of miracle." So after looking at brother only, I can say whether I have that miracle. Who said this? One man who was standing nearby the chemist shop, pharmacy, medical stores, which is there, right? So now what happened next? You see, that well-dressed man was Dr. Carlton Armstrong, a famous neurosurgeon. He had Andrew admitted to hospital where he operated on him without any charges. Within a few weeks, Andrew was back at home and doing well. Oh my God, see the miracle that it took place. Seriously, we can call it as a miracle. That man who has come to rescue is none other than Dr. Carlton Armstrong, a famous neurosurgeon. So, it's a coincidence. It's the coincidence of doctor and baby. It's the coincidence of fortune. The luck for the baby also, in other words, you can call. Got it? Because in which way? For the total family. It's like a, how can I call that? It's like a blessing for the total family. Almost they are on the edge. Almost they lost the hopes about their son. So in that deprived situation, in that helpless situation, this man, right, Dr. Carlton Armstrong, right, by looking at the innocence of the baby, he has come forward to help her. Then, so he has admitted her in hospital, and did he charge anything? No, he did not charge anything. Free of cost he treated. Within a few weeks, Andrew was back home and doing well. Now cured, right? So Andrew was at last cured. Then you see mom, what she says, you see, that surgery, her mom whispered, was a real miracle. I wonder how much it would have cost. Now mom thinks now, right, who that man has come, right, and that surgery really was a miracle, because they didn't spend even a single penny, even a single cent, right? Who? The parents. In fact, the baby has given that $1, but whether the dollar was taken by the doctor or not, we don't know. But at least $1 was spent by that small girl. But from the parents' point of view, if you see, they didn't spend even a single pice or a single penny or a single dollar. But that's the reason mom says that no doubt it's a miracle. I wonder how much it would have cost. In the sense, if at all we have to pay. The mom thinks that if at all they have to pay, how much would it cost? Then Tess, now the central character, you can call the main role, you also can call protagonist, we call chief character of the story. Tess smiled. She knew exactly how much the miracle cost. $1.11 plus the love of a little child. Right? So who knows that? Only Tess knows. She knew exactly how much the miracle. So now you see, up to the end, up to the last second of the recovery of her brother, doctor kept it as a confidence. Doctor kept it as a secret, I can call that, right? So it's like a mystery. because he wanted to boost the confidence level of the baby. He wanted to fill that sort of happiness in the baby. He wanted to leave that happiness to the baby, because right, he has taken $1 and baby, she has contributed $1 from her side. Is it right? So now automatically you all can understand very clearly that baby, so lifetime she feels very much happy that she has saved her brother by spending her own amount. So this sort of happiness is given by that great doctor. Really hats off to doctor. He not only treated physically the patient, he also made that baby he has left a great memory in the life of that baby here. That is saving her brother. So here we have to thank the doctor here. Then you all understood the story very clearly now? Right. So what $1.11 can do? Can save a life. Right? I don't know whether practically it is possible or not. So many times it happens that coincidence of things take place in many people's lives. So is the case with the small baby. Now let us look at some of the exercises that you have. Right? So if you look at this chapter, my dear student, please focus here. Stay focused. Right? If you look at these exercises, right, use of past tense. Whenever you read a textbook chapter, please stay focused here. Whenever you read the textbook chapters, what is that you are supposed to focus? So you have to check the grammar, you have to check the tone, you have to check the tense, right? Now in which tense is this text totally? It is in the past tense. I repeat, it is in the past tense. Every sentence, if you look at, V2 was used, or else sometimes past continuous was used, sometimes past perfect was used, right? So the tense totally, if you look at, it is in the past tense. One thing you have to understand. And author also made use of present tense sometimes. Then you might ask me, how can present come? Right? You see, direct sentences uttered by the people, they are given in the quotes. For example, what do you want as the chemist? As the chemist as, that is in the past only. But what is that he has? What do you want? When the incident took place, the same sentence we use, what do you want? Why have you come here? Such kind of sentences we do use. So they would be in the present form only, right? That's the reason they mentioned separately in inverted commas or quotes, you can see. Then, it's for my little brother. Even this sentence is also said by the small baby. This is also in the simple present. We don't sell miracles here, child. I'm sorry. Whose sentence is that, if you remember? Don't you think that it is chemist who uttered this sentence? Of course it is chemist, my dear. Right. So with this background, let us do some of the exercises that are there on the screen for you. Right. So these are there in the textbook. In fact, the same thing I would like to show you here. Right, my dear student. First one you see, page number 34. You have to go through. Here you have to write the true or false exercise. Right. So you have to choose whether the given statement is true or false. Now, Andrew's parents had very little money. Is it true? Or they were very rich class or elite people? Right? It is false. I repeat, it is false. Right? Andrew's parents had very little money. I'm sorry. It is true. It is true. Because they had very little money. Yes or no? Right. Next. Tess' parents were very poor. Is it true? Yes, true. Then Tess' parents were not interested to take her little brother Andrew to the hospital. Of course, it is true. Why do you think that they were not interested, my dear students? Right? We were discussing many times. What is that? Like, if you see, they were not interested. See, they were not interested to take her little brother Andrew to the hospital just because their financial status was not supporting. But in fact, they had a hope. If at all someone supports, no doubt they want to take. Okay? So, in that case, third statement holds. Excuse me. Right? Third statement holds. Right? It's a false statement. They want to take him to hospital, but someone should provide this financial support. So it is, third one is false. Fourth one, you see, Andrew was seriously ill. Right? Was he seriously ill? Yes, true. Then last one, test thought that a miracle was the medicine. Yes, it is true. Yes, so you have seen that first, second, third, fourth, fifth sentence, right? These sentences are just nothing but the recapitulation or the recap of the topic that is given to you. Let us go to the next slide here. Page number 35, you have to tick the correct answer. You are given a statement. I'm sorry, the chemist said, because the miracle the girl had asked for was not available in the shop. No, it's not. Was very costly? No. Was not a medicine? Yes. Answer is C. Second question, Dr. Armstrong said Dr. Armstrong wanted, what does he want? To help the child, to collect a lot of money, and you can see on the screen here, yeah, last one, to make fun of the child. No, it's not to make the fun of child, and it's not to collect money, it is just to help the child. Is that right, my dear student? Right, here we do have some more exercises, also textbook exercises, but as of now for this session 7, textbook related, chapter related exercises are discussed here. Okay, my dear students, now what I request you all, before meeting in the next session, you all have to go through the total chapter, and as you have seen many of the words, vocabulary here, you also upgrade yourself, right? Learn all the words, important key words, right? And you also identify which sentences are in the past and which sentences are in the present. Okay, right? Let us wind up the session. Let us call it a day. Bye.